So if you can see the diagram next to that, which is, it's one of the open domain question answer architecture. There are multiple ways to put this together, but this is a architecture where it's backed by GPT technology, but it also has a custom document store, right? So like it has a component called retriever, it has a component called generator. So basically, as a user, like you're typing in natural language, and there is a natural language understanding layer that's kind of understanding your question, converting that into a query that's going that's going to the retriever, which is responsible for actually getting the context based on your query. And then that context is basically provided to the generator. Generator is the one that is generating the answer or response for that question that you initially typed in its own words. Basically, the generative technology understands the language, it understands the grammar, and it has enough context to come up with answer in its own words, right? So we will look more into how this works functionally when we look at the demo towards the end of this presentation, where we will see, where we'll go a little bit more deeper into how this is actually working under the hood, where like the model is basically breaking it down into multiple questions. You asked one question, but there are multiple things that are happening behind the scenes for it to progressively come up with the answer, right? You can think of it in simple terms, you can think of it as you're interacting in a chain of thoughts prompts approach. The AI model is basically working with you to give you, like, progress your ideas in a coherent way, right? Like I was actually joking with Devika, like we should look at ChatGPT or the other technology as an intern that is available to us. So depending on what your question is, what your subject is, how well that model is trained, it can act as a untrained intern versus a skilled assistant, right? Depending on what the domain, what the